Einen wunderschönen guten Morgen, guten Tag oder guten Abend an alle Zuschauer, je nachdem wann ihr das schaut. Wir sind hier wieder beim Mass Effect mit Commander John Shepard auf der Normandy. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, was ich beim letzten Mal gemacht habe. Das ist schon eine ganze Weile her. Ich habe ein paar Tage Pause gemacht, habe ein bisschen was anderes gespielt. Für die es interessiert, Pro Evolution Soccer, aber den 2012er Teil. Was habe ich noch gespielt? Guild Wars 2. Ja, das war es eigentlich, hauptsächlich. Nicht mal Battlefield. Battlefield kommt aber auch bald wieder. Ja, was machen wir? Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, was wir zuletzt gemacht haben, wie gesagt. Und deswegen schauen wir mal, was wir jetzt hier so finden an Gesprächspartnern. Da ist die Map. Ein Unbekannter, noch ein Unbekannter. Oh. Navigator Presley, hast du was zu sagen? Ja.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Okay. Er mag es also nicht unbedingt, dass vielleicht nichtmenschliche Kreaturen auf unserem Schiff sind. Aber die sind auf unserer Seite.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Fangen wir mal oben an.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Ja. Wir brauchen ihre Hilfe nicht, sagt er. Aber ich glaube, wir brauchen ihre Hilfe doch.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. Don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Sehr schön. Er nimmt es wenigstens professionell. Personal questions. Persönliche Fragen heißt das.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
Das ist tragisch. Ja, und dann ist er hier gelandet.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Persönlich ausgewählt vom Captain.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
Mehr bin ich.
I signed up with the Alliance. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter.
Ja, nicht so
We
ganz
couldn't even
Dampfer
keep
heute.
track of how many ships they lost.
Danke.
Yes, sir.
Gucken wir mal hier. Was haben wir denn da Schönes? Oh, nur was zum Anklicken im Codex. Codex gibt's aber nicht. Hallo. Noch mehr zum Anklicken. Schön. Gratis XP. Hallo Luftschleuse. Lange nicht gesehen. Oh, Joker. Sag mal einen Schlag.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I, pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
Ja, um dir ein Kompliment zu deinem Bart zu machen. 7 Wochen. Aber Bart tragen ist cool. Kann ich jedem nur empfehlen. Jetzt im Winter, wo es kalt ist, Bart ist immer gut. Und im Sommer, guter Sonnenschutz. Das hatte ich da, glaube ich, schon mal gefragt.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker.
Ach doch, ja, das kann ich. Daran kann ich mich noch erinnern. Ship status report, bitte.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Okay. Was hast du nicht bekommen? Nur mal quatschen.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Nimmt's mit Humor.
I have to go.
Alright, see you.
So, ich muss mich hier mal ein bisschen auf dem Schreibtisch ein bisschen die Anordnung verändern. Hab noch nicht so ganz die optimale Position heute gefunden. Okay. Da gibt's noch was zum Anklicken. Yeah, und noch mehr. Oh, Weltraum. Lass mich mal rausgucken. Ja, man erkennt leider nicht allzu viel. Da hinten ein, zwei Galaxien, so wie es aussieht. Da so über der Nase. Falls ihr das erkennt auf YouTube, ich hoffe. Ja, da sind auch noch ein paar. Ja, da drüben. Naja gut, andere Richtung. Okay. Kleinen Zwischenspeicher einlegen. F6 war das. Ja. Gut. Zuletzt kam ich, glaube ich, daraus. Da. Genau. Machen wir jetzt einen Abstecher in der Ebene tiefer. Ich weiß nämlich echt nicht mehr, was ich das letzte Mal gemacht habe. Ding. Deswegen kann es durchaus passieren, dass ein oder zwei Sachen doppelt sind, aber das ist ja nicht so schlimm, denke ich. Okay. Hallo? Gut, dann spreche nicht mit mir. So. Yeah. Frau Doktor?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Hat man bestimmt auch alle schon.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though.
Ja.
Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
Okay.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Goodbye. Captain Lager. Oh, Yara ist hier. Ich habe bestimmt was zu erzählen.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Ja. Dich abchecken geht immer.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Ich finde schon, die hat irgendwie eine ziemlich geile Stimme.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up...
Kein Ding. Für dich immer.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Ja, ich glaube, du hast recht.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
So, und bevor ich anklicke, werde ich mal kurz einen Roller nach links machen mit meinem Stuhl, denn ich muss das Licht ein bisschen runterdrehen. Das ist mir jetzt zu hell. Das ist zu dunkel. So. Das müsste gehen. Okay.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander.
Mikro
I
noch in
spend
Position
most
bringen.
of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Das ist bestimmt eine sehr, sehr einsame Arbeit.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
Mhm. Ja, kann ich nachvollziehen. Manche Leute nerven wirklich, da möchte man lieber alleine sein.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Die steht auf Shepard.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Vielleicht, wenn Zeit ist.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Okay, dann sag mal noch ein bisschen was zu Benezia.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
Ja, böse ist sie vielleicht.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
Ja, Frauen, die wechseln ihre Meinung ständig. Ow.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Gerüchte über die Asari?
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Die können sich mit allem fortpflanzen, was sie wollen. Zum Beispiel eurem Nachbarshund. Oder der Katze. Oder Maulwurf.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
Sie analysieren quasi einfach nur die genetische Struktur und Persönlichkeit dadurch des Partners.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Wer ist dein Daddy?
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Das ist also eher kritisch, es wird kritischer gesehen, wenn zwei Asari sich fortpflanzen, als wenn jetzt ein anderes Wesen dazu verwendet wird.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Okay, das hatten wir. Nur das da.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Shepard ist der König im Gespräch-Abwürgen.